welcome to your practice today. Today we are flowing through our throat chakra and we are going to start in a reclined butterfly pose. So if you have a bolster at home, or you can grab for a rolled up towel or a pillow, bringing the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide. We'll just lay the back body across the bolster, arms reach out into a T. Beginning to close down the eyes and locating the breath. Our throat chakra, our communication center, our ability to speak our truth, and also how we speak about ourselves. So when we think of the chakras, knowing that the lower chakras work together and the higher chakras work together. Our throat chakra, how we think about ourselves, how we feel about ourselves in our heart space, transitions into what we're asking for from the universe, from our third eye and our crown chakra. We're moving today, releasing any negative self-talk, just diving into our truest version of ourselves. Breathing in through the nose, swirling the breath in the back of the throat. Letting our Ujjayi breath warm us from the inside, vibrating through the throat space, through the throat chakra. Bringing our awareness to our throat. Maybe even envisioning the color blue or blue ball right at the center of the throat. And finding 2 more breaths. Breathing in. And as you exhale, just giving yourself a big hug. Grabbing for opposite shoulders. And gently rock on your bolster. Massaging the back of the neck. The upper portion of the spine. And inhale, opening the arms through T. Exhale, crossing the opposite arm on top, going for a second big hug. And inhale, arms open through a T, working through the throat chakra, but also bringing awareness to the up part of the back, between the shoulder blades and the neck. Exhale, the knees come together and we'll roll off the bolster or pillow. Finding a fetal position in the body, tucking the knees in towards the chest. 1 breath. We'll rise up to seated, blinking open the eyes. We'll just move the bolster off our mat. Finding a comfortable seated position. Rolling out through the neck as you exhale, the chin glides to the chest. And inhale to open the heart, the gaze is up. Moving in the opposite direction. Finding a neutral neck. And we'll interlace the hands behind the head. Starting to move through the spine, twisting from side to side. And we're going to actually take a little bit of speed with us here. Twisting through the upper portion of the back. And this is also good for draining the lymphatic fluid from the underarms. Breath can release through the mouth, getting a little bit faster. Wringing out all the tension held in the shoulders. And slowing down, finding midline. Arms out into a T, taking little circles. And gradually getting a little bit bigger. Through the rotator cuff. In the other direction, from big all the way to small. And finding stillness, you can release the hands down to the mat. Inhale the right arm up, hinging over to the left side. And exhale to release. Inhale the left arm up. Release. Right arm sweeps up. And last side. Stretching through side body. Exhale to release. Making our way to our tabletop position, and we'll right away move into our cat-cow. Pressing into all 10 finger pads, knees just under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, the gaze is up. And exhale, tucking tailbone, tuck the chin. Bringing the ears between the arms, round out through the spine. Allowing the breath to really be the guide here as you move through 3 to 5 cycles of your cat-cow. When you inhale, releasing the chest, think about lifting up the chin, shine the throat space. And exhale to constrict, tuck the chin. Finding a neutral tabletop position, walking the fingertips to the top of the mat, finding our melting heart pose. The knees staying just beneath the hips. And think about dropping the chest down to the mat. If you'd like a little bit more, we can bend at the elbows, bringing the palms together behind the head. Maybe the chin to the mat space, opening through the throat. Sliding the palms towards the body. Curling the toes behind us, finding our downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the heels. We'll bend into the knees. Really guide the chest towards the knees, pressing into the hands. We're hollowing out through the upper part of the back. Taking the gaze forward, finding plank pose, lower to the belly. Inhale, send the heart, cobra pose. And exhale to release. Bringing third eye to stacked palms. Sliding the elbows under the shoulders, setting up for our Sphinx pose. Palms into the mat space, lift the chest. Breathing here, activate through the lower part of the body. Lifting up through the heart. And if you'd like a little bit more, you can press the finger pads into the mat, lift the elbows. And exhale to release. Third eye to stacked palms. Palms underneath the fronts of the shoulders. Let's find our plank pose to downward facing dog. Three breaths in down dog. Bringing the knees down to the mat space, and we'll sit back to the heels. And interlacing the hands behind the back. As you inhale, pull the shoulder blades together, lift the chin up. Keeping the hands interlaced, and as you exhale, we'll start to round forward. When our forehead comes to the mat, we can roll to the crown of the head, maybe raising the interlaced hands up off our low back. And release. Finding a closed-legged child's pose, a rock pose. Sitting back to the heels. Bringing the hands to the low back. This time as we interlace the hands, you can rise up to high knees. Shine the heart, open through the throat. Picturing that big beam of blue light right from the throat space. And exhale to release. The grip on the hands, sitting back to the heels. And roll out through the shoulders, roll out through the neck. Finding our sit bones. And eventually making our way all the way to our back. Keeping the soles of the feet on the mat. Bringing the heels tight to the glutes. The palms down to the mat space to either side and the shoulders tucking beneath you. Setting up for bridge pose. Pressing into the soles of the feet. Lift the back body up off the mats, beginning to constrict through the throat space. Bring awareness to the breath, engaging the Ujjayi breath and feel it into the throat. Maybe finding our tiptoes. Lowering on an exhale, one vertebra at a time. And invite the knees into the chest. Rocking from side to side or tucking the chin. Rounding into a little ball. Flattening the back to the mat, soles of the feet to the mat. This time we're going to set up for a shoulder stand. So one thing to note once you're up in shoulder stand, that we never turn our head or neck. And if shoulder stand is not already in our practice, I encourage you just to take legs up, and you can use the bolster or the roll towel just beneath the low back to deepen that posture. Setting the shoulder blades just beneath the body, ready to support you. The hands are ready to grab the low back as you get a little bit of momentum up into our shoulder stand, gazing just up to the toes. And playing with different variations here. Bend one knee towards the forehead and one leg up long. And switching. You can bring the toes over the head. Keeping the hands to support the back. Deaf man's pose, bending the knees towards the ears. Smaller sips of air. And slowly rolling out. And using control to lower the back body down. You can extend the legs out long, arms overhead, nice pencil stretch. Arms down by the sides, palms to the mat space. Let's tuck the right arm and palm underneath the right side body or right back body. And then the left, setting up for our fish pose. So we're laying to the arms, laying down on the arms. The legs are together, toes pointing to the ceiling. Lifting the chest up and then bending at the elbows and allowing the head to fall back and open. Our fish pose here. You can choose to breathe out through the mouth, maybe sticking out the tongue. Stay for 3 more breaths. Coming out of this shape by tucking the chin, lowering the back down to the mat and releasing the arms. Taking any final movements before finding Shavasana on your mat, stillness on your mat space. Taking 10 breaths here, just visioning that bright blue swirling ball of energy right at the throat. Activated, balanced. The ability to speak your truth, to communicate clearly what you need, and to be pleasant in your self-talk. Thank you for joining. Namaste.